It's been a while since I did a story. Put my blanket on. It's still winter time. Let me see. Let's bring this in a little bit. Alright. So, I'm going to talk about when I was a substitute teacher. But before I start, Netflix. I watch Netflix all the time. I watched that Jeffrey Dahmer. So, anybody who saw that, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, what the hell it's called, look in the background right here. That's the same fucking stove. So I'm watching the series. I'm like, finally in the background, I'm like, holy fuck, that looks like that's my stove. Luckily, that's electric. In the movie, it's gas. But that is the same make, the same brand, the whole 9 yards. Anyways, so this one was Peabody, Massachusetts, and I'm horrible at math. As long as I can count my change at McDonald's, I give them a 10 or whatever money they give back. To me, I'm fine. I barely got through pre-algebra, like barely. It's back in the 1980s, but I didn't fucking care. Never thought that I would need it. Never thought I'd have to teach anybody. Well, so I think it was like 2002. I walked into Peabody High School and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Losano, here's your plan, your daily plan. What the hell is it called? Peabody, I don't know, plan of the day, I don't know." So I'm looking, it's a math class, calculus. I'm like, calculus? They're like, yes, it's in room, what I go, I know where it's at. Are you kidding me? Alright, so if you're thinking to yourself, the distance is different, because it is, because stupid things run out of batteries. So anyways, substitute teaching, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we want you to do a calculus class." I'm like, calculus class? I haven't seen calculus. I haven't seen any type of math since like 1982 pre-algebra, and it didn't like me. Well, you need to go up to that classroom. So I go up there, go in there, and these kids are so fucking bright. It's like scary. So I go in there, and they had to take some type of quiz. And so I go in there, I pass out the thing, basically told them don't cheat. If they do, whatever. So, oh no, it wasn't a quiz. It was a worksheet. That's what it was. It was a worksheet. So this kid, I don't know, we'll just call him Todd. Todd passes in his paper, like, within 10 minutes of the class. And I'm looking at it, pretending I know what I'm doing. Alright, so go do what you need to do. All of a sudden, my worst nightmare happened. Kid in the back, hand raises, "Mr. Losano, on." And then all of a sudden, all these hands started going up, like different questions. So I'm like, oh my God, this is a nightmare, these kids. You can't bluff it. It's like going to Chinese class and trying to bluff Chinese. It's just not going to happen. Por favor. Everyone knows what that is. Well, if you're Spanish and know a little bit about Spanish. But, if you go Zai-jing, some people are lost. Or xie, or we wei short, Yan Zhong Win, whatever. You just can't fake it. All of a sudden I look down and I see Todd's name. I go, "Todd, you're the first one passing your paper, right?" It's like, "Well, yes, Mr. Losano." I go, "You know what you're doing, correct?" And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Todd's done it." I'm like, "Great, Todd, come here. Share your knowledge." So he gets up there and basically, he does. He taught the class. It's like goes on and on. Like within 25 minutes, everybody was passing their papers, and the rest of the time they could talk. And plus, I had a code up on the board, and but what a nightmare that was. So that hand that raised, I was like, oh, here we go. But it worked out. I wish I could remember the kid's name, give him credit for it, but yeah, Todd, bright kid. He's probably on, that fucking NASA rocket right now. I don't know. So, all right, that's the story for today. Carry on.